Very much. Bună dimineața, dear ladies and gentlemen, Professor Tiginianu. I am delighted to be here as part of this very important international conference that will discuss the role of basic sciences for sustainable development and peace. I was in Chisinau just a couple of weeks ago to co-chair the first EU-Moldova Joint Research and Innovation Committee meeting under the new EU-Moldova Horizon Europe Association Agreement. The European Union's framework program for research and innovation, Horizon Europe, is the world's largest and most internationally open research and innovation program in the world, with a budget of close to 100 billion euros covering 7 years. And besides covering the 27 EU member states, currently 16 non-EU countries are also associated to the program, which means that researchers and research entities from the associated countries, they participate in the program under the same conditions as those of the EU member states. This group of associated countries is expected to grow to about 20, which means that this group of the countries with the closest possible cooperation ties in research and innovation under Horizon Europe will reach close to 50 countries. And I'm very pleased that Moldova is one of those countries. Let me now focus on how basic science is supported by our program and the way in which basic science supports sustainable development and peaceful solutions. An important part of Horizon Europe is dedicated to a pan-European competition to support the best basic research, or as we would like to call it, frontier research, because it is at the forefront of creating new knowledge. It's a rather risky endeavor that involves the pursuit of questions without regard for established disciplinary boundaries or national borders. The European Research Council is in Horizon Europe the EU's flagship funder of frontier research, with an annual budget of about 2 billion euros. And the aim is to provide flexible long-term funding to high potential individual researchers, which can be of any nationality and working in any field of research. The aim is to give researchers the freedom to develop ambitious projects of their own choosing. And this, we believe, ensures that funds are channeled into the newest and most promising scientific endeavors, with scientific excellence as the sole criterion. Now, the European Research Council is based on the idea that researchers know best the most promising research areas to explore and to identify new opportunities. And we believe that this, as we call it, a bottom-up approach, is the best to push the frontiers of our knowledge, as it ensures that funds are channeled into new and promising areas of research at the frontier of knowledge, including interdisciplinary studies, human and social sciences. But now, how does this approach help us to solve global challenges and key objectives such as sustainable development and peace? Well, science is at its very core an attempt to understand the world around us, and this is a worthwhile end in itself. But what gives science its transformative impact is that by understanding the world, both the physical and the human world, we can change the world. Without this understanding of the world, there are no real solutions to problems. Basic sciences can help us prepare for unpredictable future crises. This is why Horizon Europe, through the European Research Council, supports research on any subject and in any field. And in this way, frontier research can help us prepare for unpredictable future crises, contributing to new ideas about how to live sustainably and how to confront inequality and how to avoid and address conflicts before they escalate. I will give you one prominent example, which is the recent COVID-19 pandemic, which is an example of the effectiveness of investing in frontier research with the development of the mRNA vaccines. Ugur Sahin and his team developed the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine within months of the outbreak of the pandemic. They had been working on possible use of mRNA technology for individualized cancer vaccines. But in a very short time period, they were able to shift the research into developing a vaccine for COVID-19. And Mr. Sahin, he received support from many sources, included from an ERC grant. And the key fact that science work was based on 5 decades previous on mRNA research is important in this concept. In this context. In fact, a recent study that we have just concluded looked at the contribution of EU research funding to other COVID-19 research related topics. And this shows that e-research funding contributed to about 3,000 research papers on COVID-19, and a large part of those were the result of ERC grants. And the topic is chosen in a completely bottom-up way by the researchers themselves. Just to give you another example related to research on climate change. Also, a recent study has shown that out of 2,500 EU-funded publications referenced in the 4 reports of the 6th Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, 854 came from ERC projects. And again, these projects have been chosen in a completely bottom-up way. And another example is from also the same study. We have seen that in the previous EU research funding program, Horizon 2020, 34% of the sampled ERC projects are linked to, are likely to contribute to health policies, including in cancer, brain, and human mind research. 1 in 10 projects addressed problems linked to digital transition, and half of them were in the area of artificial intelligence. And 14% of the projects were related to climate policies and green solutions. So not only do the funded researchers push the frontiers of knowledge, but this knowledge is actively contributing to political priorities related to the Sustainable Development Goals. And to conclude, basic sciences can indeed improve people's lives and will be part of the solution to many of our pressing challenges related to sustainable development and peace. Thank you very much, and I'm looking forward to the very interesting discussions today.